Okay, well, we did our project on ancient Egypt. We got 3 pyramids here. One's on Egypt, one's on Tutankhamun, one's on mummification. And we'll just read you out a little bit from each one. Ancient Egypt. A legacy is something handed down from one person or generation to another. It may be an object, a lifestyle, or way of thinking or doing things. The ancient Egyptians lived 4,000 years ago, but the legacy of their brilliant culture still lives on today. The ancient Egyptians were among the first people to use a 365-day calendar and systems of the number and writing. They built huge monuments, many of which still stand today. These include the pyramids built as tombs for the Egyptian kings. The earliest settlements in ancient Egypt were farming villages, which grew up about 7,000 years ago. In time, these villages became part of 2 kingdoms, Upper Egypt in the Nile River Valley and Lower Egypt in the Nile Delta. In about 3100 BC, King Narmer or Menes of Upper Egypt conquered Lower Egypt and united the 2 kingdoms. He became the first king dynasty, one of the 31 Egyptian dynasties.
This one's on Tutankhamun. Tutankhamun was more than just a ruler. He represented the gods and had absolute power. People even believe he can make it rain, but he still had to abide by principle or ma'at, or just his endless. Tutankhamun married his half-sister as she was more royal than he was, and they wanted to keep the family in noise. He did not get to choose who he got to marry at this time.
Thank you.
Okay, our last pyramid is on mummification, you mentioned. The ancient Egyptians believed in life after death. When you died, your soul traveled to an underworld called Dua. To enjoy eternal life in the next world, where you also needed your body. This is why the Egyptians went to such great lengths to make sure that bodies were preserved for afterlife and not left to rot away. They achieved this using a process called mummification or embalming. The embalming process which prevented bodies use.
Okay, just spin it around slowly.
What the thing would be inside. And this is just like treasures that would be in the king's chamber and the king's tomb.
Can you just tip it up so I can see it properly? Yeah, that's better.
And this pyramid would have been inside this one. If you look at the setup of the Great Pyramid of Giza from over there, and this was the Great Pyramid of Khufu or something. Yeah.
Nice.